So I said I would try to get back to y'all, and I did. Holy shit. Irresponsible. Yeah, I forget that like the live camera, it's the whole ass fucking phone. My phone is big as fuck. Um, I almost had another titty slip. Fuck. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna do this because I'm not used to having so much of the camera on my body. So that's what we're gonna do. Um, in other news, I quite possibly might have made the best motherfucking tea I have ever had. I might have just made the best cup of tea I've ever had. It's so wonderful. It's so okay. So, oh my fucking god. So I am the viceroy, the pharaoh. Let's say the pharaoh of concoctions. The pharaoh, the commander, the commandant of concoctions, and I just love if I get something like from the store, like if I get a drink, like I got tea earlier today, um, it's unsweetened tea because I like unsweetened tea, and I got that bitch and like drank some, and I was like, this is good. I'm really enjoying this. But when I get home, I'm gonna put some fucking guava nectar in it. That's like the kind of the life that I lead. I love making concoctions. I love remixing shit constantly, especially my drinks. And so my cup of tea, a lot goes into my cup of tea. And I haven't showed y'all. Did I put up that video of me making my nightly tea? It didn't look great. I think that was the issue, that it was like from Facebook, and I when my phone broke, it was on that old phone, and the only copy of it I have is on Facebook, and it looks like it was recorded with a fucking potato. So that's why I haven't put it up here. Hello, greetings. I'm talking about tea. I'm about to go to fucking bed, but I wanted to drop in right quick and do a second live. Um, so tea. We're talking about tea. So on that day that I had to get my hello Isaac, hello, greetings. Emily, hi. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the motherfucking show. I'm delighted to have you here. I'm talking about my tea. And so on that day that I got my car towed and I'm like fucking livid. Trapstar. What the fuck? Is that an alligator? Hello, hello, hello. Oh my god. Hi y'all. Samuel Sam. Hello. Greetings. 17 people. That's wild. Okay. I'm literally just talking about tea, y'all. It's not even like hi Emily, hi James. Dookie Isaac. Thank you for the Dookie. I told my friend if he's not sleeping with his wife at least twice a week, someone in 2 months later, wait, someone else is okay. 2 months later, he came up with the oh shit. Yeah, I mean it for some people, not having sex is a deal breaker. And so if you're not laying the pipe down for a person that is problematic as fuck, that might fucking happen. You might get fucking cheated on. Thank you, James. I try. I mean, I don't try very hard, but I try. Your husband made you what? Oh, dill bread. How is that? Like dill pickle, like baby dill? I age? Are you asking what my age is? Hello. Gorgeous. Me, little me, thank you. Rasta human. I mean, I'm not a Rasta human, but if you are, I'm cool with that. I'm down. Ooh, this tea is so motherfucking good. So let me tell you. Okay, can you give a shout out to my friend Mike Oxlin? Mike Oxlin. Yeah, of course I can. What's up, Mike? I hope you're in the hospital. Ooh, shit. Getting an operation. Well, I hope that goes well. I hope you're healing on the mend, and the operation goes swimmingly, and there's no complications, and you get back out into the world, and hopefully whatever they're fixing, they fucking figure it out. Because like sometimes when they cut you, they fuck up. And that's the in and out of it. And so hopefully, I'm definitely wishing you a speedy recovery and a safe operation and a wonderful life generally. And it seems like you got a pretty good friend out here getting you shout outs from random fucking strangers, which is, I mean, like, I feel like you don't have to be to know a person to wish them well. And so I definitely wish you well regardless. Oh shit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How do I get rid of this? Okay, there we go. Did you call me a beautiful brunette mommy? I guess. You're crazy, but well, thank you. I very much try to be a person that other people enjoy. You're Turkish, but your granddad is Jamaican. Oh, from Jamaica. His left kidney removed. Holy shit. Yeah. Well, at least it's the kidneys, because like when you get a kidney removed, like the other kidney just kind of gets a little bit bigger and like kind of compensates for the lost kidney. So hopefully like you won't have really a whole lot of complications with that because kidneys are pretty resilient. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm definitely thinking about Palestine because holy goddamn shit. I don't know shit about like anything. I don't know shit about shit. Like y'all don't like I on my channel I don't really talk about current events, but like I'm with Palestine 100%. Thank you. My chain is I got it on Amazon. It's long as fuck. It's 26 inches. I have another one that I like and I wear a lot. There it is. And it's 23. And so I was like, I need to, re-up. I need to get a long one so I look like a dog all the time. But as I was saying, I was talking about my tea. Um, I went to a like a Latino market. Holy shit. Did you just give me $20? Of course. Well, you don't have to give me money for supporting Palestine. I don't need money for that. I mean, I appreciate it, but like, holy shit. Yeah, I'm definitely down for Palestine because I just don't understand the I just literally just don't understand how you couldn't be. I literally it's baffling to me. Like just from the little that I understand, I couldn't imagine not like just supporting people, like human beings, just trying to fucking live. I don't get it. It's literally just confusing to me. But let me talk about this tea before I forget. I got Seven Blossoms tea from this Latino market, and it is really really good. It is so motherfucking good. Let me check what this says. Um, what was I saying? I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, like Samuel, that's exactly it. Like being like I'm not a religious person at fucking all, and I would say that I'm probably closer to being like anti-religious, just because organized religion has hurt so many people, and I know that it does good for a lot of people, that it's brought peace and solace and community to a lot of people, but I don't think it outweighs the horrors that it has wrought. Um, And it's not necessarily like the religion, it's the people. But religion is a weapon, and it hurts people. It hurts people just straight up. And I just can't get 100% behind organized religion because of it. Because there's so many people that have been so monumentally affected by it, like myself included. Yeah, Seven Blossom Tea. I don't know what the fuck is in it, like because it says it's Seven Blossom. Let me check. Let me check. Um, I don't think it's actually seven different blossoms or seven different like flowers that's in it. Let's see. Um, Blossoms tea. So no, it is. No, there's okay. No, that actually makes a lot of sense. So the seven flowers that are in it are orange, roses, linden flowers, Mexican elder, chamomile, rosemary, and lemon balm. And it also has, oh, these are different types. Okay, wait. So that's for McCormick. This is for Taden? Taden? I don't know. I don't have, no, this is, yeah, I don't have, it's not one of those tea bags that has like a little string on it. It's one of the ones that's like in the, it's just like a fucking bag. Yeah, I need to definitely do more research about the relationship between Israel and Palestine and how fucking fraught it is, or wrought it is. Is it fraught? Fraught? I think fraught is a word. Fraught. But how just fucked up the whole situation is. Um so on here, I don't know what flowers are actually in it. Let's look at like the a site. So linden flower comes up twice. So linden is probably one that's like kind of ubiquitous in this particular tea. Linden, passion flower, valerian root. I'm surprised it has valerian root in it because valerian root kind of tastes like shit and it smells also like shit. Like, as a person that has problems with sleeping, I have taken my fair share of valerian root supplements, and it just smells like dookie, just straight up. Just it doesn't smell great, and it doesn't taste the way it smells, but it's not pleasant. It's a taste that can, when put in tea, it can like add body to it. It makes a tea more robust. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna show. Another moderator handled it. Okay. Valerian root fucks you up? What do you mean? Does it like make you feel sick? That is so fucking nice. Oh my god. Oh my god. Linden, passion flower, and valerian root. It says it also has notes of mint, orange, and lemon. And so yeah, I can definitely taste the mint, and I can definitely taste. It's not necessarily lemony. It's just like kind of nebulously citrus. Oh damn. Oh wow. Hey, what's up? Is it Harun? Is that how you pronounce your name? But like that's kind of wild, and like that's a like the paradoxical reaction is kind of interesting, especially in the realm of autism, because autism will do that like very commonly, especially with antidepressants and antipsychotics. They'll have like this paradoxical effect on they they won't necessarily always be like the entire opposite. Like it won't be like um I don't know, like if you took an antidepressant, like it would just make you more depressed. Um or like antagonistic. I guess antagonistic would be like the opposite. But if you're talking about it in reference to what it's supposed to do, antagonistic is what? Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that autism can fuck up how different medications, like different neurotransmitters kind of act in your brain. And I think that's really fucking wild. And it kind of explains a lot, especially about some of the medications I was prescribed and how they would make me like fucking manic. And I was diagnosed initially with bipolar disorder, which is because they were giving me antidepressants that were making me manic. And so it seemed like I had manic episodes, but I actually am never manic. I'm like almost always depressed. I'm like borderline, not borderline. I'm like baseline depressed. Like I'm just depressed all the motherfucking time. And then I sometimes will like have times where I'm kind of a little bit up and it's still almost depressed. And the only times where like I can't think of a time where I've ever felt like I want to live. And it's wild to say that with like a smile on my face and being like kind of jovial and stuff. But yeah, I never have I can't think of a time. Like maybe before I was 11. Maybe before then, but I kind of like and at that point I wasn't really thinking about like whether I would want to live or die. Like I'm not thinking about that at all because I'm a fucking kid. Like I'd rather just play kickball. Like that's what I was thinking about at that time. Yeah, antipsychotics are a fucking trip, especially because like I have to take, well, I don't have to take antipsychotics, but like they prescribe me antipsychotics commonly because I have psychotic depression. And so like I'm so depressed that I start seeing and hearing shit. Um which sucks. It sucks. It makes things really just it makes life really hard to navigate. I wonder, can I change like the settings on my chat so that I can see everybody what everybody's saying? Because like anytime you say a curse word, it's like, hey, we have to hold that shit back. Laughing is easier in the throat than screaming. You are fucking right. That's a good one. Yeah. No, you're right. Mm. This is so fucking nice. Let me tell you what other things I have in here because I have the Seven Blossoms tea, but then I also have my poop tea, and the poop tea is like chamomile. It's like sienna, um, mixed with chamomile, and then and the poop tea is just like I don't really add it to the things that I'm like to my tea as like flavoring. I add it because it's like medicinal, like I'm taking some medicine, but I try to kind of add it in and add things to it that complement it because the senna can be like kind of sickeningly sweet. Oh, you deal with hallucinations too? Oof. Oof. Yeah, I'm sorry. Because hallucinations are bad. But the delusions are something else because you don't even really know what a delusion is until like someone tells you what it is. Or like so like you get like kind of like this, I don't know, for me it's like a little like tingle where like, oh shit, maybe I'm like paranoid. Maybe I'm actually maybe this is not I'm not existing. I'm not doing like this is not reality right now. So I'm fucking up somewhere. And it's a lot easier for me to discern a hallucination from reality just because I also get that tingle, but like I'll see like a spider on the wall and the spider is enormous. So like I'm like, "Oh, well, that's not real." Of course, but a delusion kind of snakes its way into your psyche and I don't care for it. I don't fucking care for it because I kind of lose control of like my wherewithal and I very much like being in control. Oh, it's good that your hallucinations aren't that bad. Ugh. Yeah, usually mine are auditory, but I have in the past probably decade have started having like visual hallucinations, and usually those are like the ceiling looks like it's made out of soup. Um, apparently I didn't know that people don't see the form constant like all the time. Like if I look into the sky, I always see the form constant. And the form constant is like it just looks like a vortex going up into the sky. Like it your vision is like this. Like if you look up the form constant on Wikipedia, you know what, I'll just pull it up. Form constant. Yeah, bitch. Ooh. So when I look up into the sky, this is what it looks like. Like it just is like a vortex going up into the sky. And I always see that. And I didn't know that that's the thing that people see. Like it's commonly associated with altered states. But I see that shit all the fucking time. Like there's no way for me not to see it. And then like I also see like little lightning bugs all the time. Psychedelic herbs will help tremendously. You know what? Doing shrooms actually did give me a shit ton of perspective. So I believe you. I believe you. Cause like holy shit. And I it's a thing that I probably I think would benefit from having someone that like kind of knows how it works a little bit better, kind of guide me through it. Um because I don't know how often I should be doing it to kind of help me to bring to the forefront some of my more negative thoughts and reconcile myself with them. Because there's probably a point where like you're doing it too often or you're doing it not often enough to make much of a difference. And I don't know what that is. And so I think it would be helpful to have a person that knows about that kind of stuff. Like maybe I don't know, a psychiatrist that's like into that particular kind of thing. Like the people that do the ketamine therapy. It's a thing that people see when they're entering REM sleep. Ah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's what I need. I need a veteran psychonaut to help me out. That's yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly it. You know because like it's definitely kind of a science and an art at the same time. And I think I would definitely benefit from it because I think I have a lot of the tools that I need to help me heal, but I have a tendency to compartmentalize trauma and compartmentalize anything that's uncomfortable. So all my stuff is like in boxes in the back, and taking shrooms definitely like opened up those boxes. And so I saw all the shit. I was like, oh fuck, I haven't sorted this shit since like maybe I was like 20. So maybe I should, be sorting this shit more often. And I think it would be a really good idea to have like a regiment as far as that goes. But like I have to be in a good mental space um to do that. It's definitely You need some mental fortitude because it's a lot to process and it's a long time to be high. No, I could understand being iffy about psychoactives because you already have issues with perception. Why the fuck would you want to fiddle with that? And I very much feel similarly. I don't like weed for that reason because it fucks with me in a way that is not helpful. It makes me feel dumb and I get like stuck in like thought spirals where like my thoughts just go on forever and I don't care for that. But with shrooms, I it was just different. It was very different. And I don't know. I'm a person that thinks a lot. I think a whole fucking lot. I think probably too much. Ooh, yeah. And just thinking about it, this is a lot. This is a lot. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of very unsavory people. Ah, oh, in the 80s. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, that was a different time. Ooh, yeah, no. I absolutely understand. My water. Hmm. Yeah, that's exactly depression. Where you would think that like because depression is like depressed, like everything is slow mo and not so much. I mean, definitely like taking a depressive, like taking like having alcohol, it can depress like just you in general. But I find that depression is very fucking tight and tension I associate often with just potential energy, which like I don't know, it's just constant cringe and ugh, ah, it's very fucking uncomfortable. Um, I never really tried to characterize my depression, or maybe I have, and just not in that way. But yeah, my thoughts are like constant. God damn, and I never thought that like necessarily that was a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a good thing because like I'm a negative Nancy. Yeah. No, being twisted in a whole lot of directions and you can't concentrate. Yeah. Yeah. Holy shit. And I've never in the past had issues with concentration. Like when I was a kid, but after I hit like 26, maybe 25, concentration is like gone just downhill at like an exponential rate. Information overload. Yeah. Are you saying that like it starts like depression starts with it? Like that's how you start to develop depression, or a depressive episode starts with that? Or are you saying both? Yeah, no, being autistic does not fucking help. Shit. Yeah, with any endeavor that I take on, I'll have like a million thoughts about it. And the only way that I feel better is if I write about it or talk about it. And talking about it, like not even talk, like monologue about it. It like I don't actually want to talk to another person about it because I don't really need the feedback so much as I need to get the thoughts out. The fulcrum of a depressive episode. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like a computer getting overloaded. Yeah. And it can very much seem like everything is like going slow, but on the inside, everything's fucking racing. That's crazy. Yeah. No, I never thought about it that way. Yeah. Wow, that's a really interesting way to put it. No, I got you. I got you. You don't have to like fall over yourself to correct yourself. I understood what you meant when you said when you're trying to say lover. Yeah. What, did you say how you pronounce your name, Haran? Because yeah, I one of the big things for me is I remember talking to my brother-in-law, uh, and he was like, because we're really weirdly similar. He was talking about burnout, and he would talk about how like he would suddenly just be burnt out, and I was like, well, let me tell you, because I have found in the many years that I have existed on this planet that burnout does not sneak up on you. We're just conditioned to ignore the warning signs our body gives us when we are about to hit the fucking wall. And it can very much feel like suddenly I've hit the wall. But the whole time you've been getting warning signs, and it's different for different people. Um you just have to be more checked in to your body and your mind. And yeah, that's how you said there's you had like diminished concentration because your brain needs a break. That's part of burnout. Haroon. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ooh-wee. I have this tablet with a stylus, and I never use the stylus. But it's really nice. Oh god, it's like covered in crumbs. I'm a disgusting individual. Oh yes, bitch. Oh, that's so cool. Also, my phone has a stylus, and I use it to make memes. How am I feeling now from the tea? Um, Pretty relaxed because it's for relaxation. What I added to it is I have a lavender syrup. I'm obsessed with lavender. I've been like super obsessed with lavender for like the past like almost year. It's just I just really love lavender. Um and like as a kid, lavender was my favorite color, and I didn't realize like lavender exists like a thing you can eat because I will never pass up the opportunity to eat purple. I fucking love. It just is a nice color, and I want to make it a part of me. Um, but yeah, I have lavender syrup and chamomile and what else did I put in there? Oh, okay. So in all my teas that I make like for nighttime, I have oolong that I put in my tea. Because oolong is a good hunger suppressant, and I have a problem with night eating. I'll like wake up in the middle of the night and be like hungry as fuck, and it's mostly because I don't sleep well. And my body's like, "Yo, while you're up, you might as well get something to eat." And I'm like, "I, you shouldn't be eating while you're like trying to be asleep. It's just not a good fucking idea. It messes up your what is it? Is it lectin? Lec lectin? I want to say that's the hunger hormone, and the other one begins with a G. Or the G one is the hunger one, and lectin is what you release when you're supposed to be asleep. Yeah, hopefully it's good. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But having like the seven blossoms, I was like, well, I'm putting lavender in there. That's another fucking blossom. And then who got me that tea? Alex got me the peach oolong tea that I have in here. And the peach is like really fucking delicate and just nice. It's so good. And Sam uh got me what is the other one? What is it called? Cherry Blossom, the Cherry Blossom one, the Sakura. It is so good. Oh my god. Holy shit, it's so good. Oh really? Haroon, I didn't know that. Oh, rosehip. I don't think rosehip is in. I don't have any rosehip, but I think there's rose in the Seven Blossoms one. And so having um the lavender and the chamomile, I think chamomile was in the Seven Blossoms too. Lavender and the sakura, that adds two more, so I have nine blossoms. And I was really excited about like just that conceptually. I want to get up to 10. Like I want to get another one. What would be another one? They said it had lemon balm in there already. Lemon balm is really good. If you need a tea that's good for just resting and relaxing, lemon balm is really nice. It's a really light flavor, and it mixes well with lavender. Lemon balm and lavender go really well together. And like I'm not a super rose person too, because sometimes like rose flavored things, they kind of go too hard on it, and it'll taste like you're trying to drink perfume, which is like not high up on my list, to be honest. But I got this rose. What were we like? Mixer? I think it's called a mixer. It's like the sparkly stuff that you can put in your drinks to make it like look sparkly, like a fucking potion. Tastes like citrus. Oh, it doesn't taste like rose at all. Oh, well, I can try rosehip. Yeah, I'm down. What is rosehip good for? Oh, they're cute. Oh my god. What does it do for you? Oh, okay. It's good for your joints and your bones. Anti-inflammatory. Oh, it's an itching powder? Dude, yeah, I like anything that's like a little tart. I even like bitter flavors, like kind of a lot. Oh yeah, no, I need vitamin C. I actually take a supplement, an iron supplement that has vitamin C in it because your boy's immune system after having COVID, it's like it's just been fucking wrecked. Dr. Sebi's book. What is the book called? Arun? Dr. Sebi. Is Dr. Sebi associated with CMOS? Like, do they do a lot of stuff with CMOS? So I'm seeing just Dr. Sebi and CMOS, which like I am down to do CMOS anything. Ah, okay. So the fibers in rosehip are used to make itching powder. Herbal Bible. Recipe. Oh, wow. Can I spell? No. Wow, 20 books in one. Yeah, I'm down to expand my my knowledge of herbs and stuff because I don't know, it just seems kind of like a good motherfucking idea, especially having an autoimmune disease. And like while I have it mostly under control, it does take up kind of a lot of time for me. Kind of an inordinate amount of time. Because y'all see me in my tub. Like I'm in the tub maybe 2 hours a day. And though like I don't know, the whole like motif of like being a warrior and not letting autoimmune disease like get you down and all that shit, or like not letting it control your life. I feel like while I don't try to define myself through having an autoimmune disease, it does have quite an effect on my life that I can't get a hotel. I have to get like handicapped hotels. Like anytime I get a hotel room, I'm like, I need the handicap one. And I feel like a fucking dick kind of like taking it away from someone that might also need it and is like physically disabled because I have a disease that I need to be in a tub. But that, I mean, I need it. And so I have to think of myself. And hopefully I'm not taking away from someone else. Um, it does make me feel like I have a little bit of the imposter syndrome, I guess, which that's pervasive. Your most recent S had it. Oh God, HS like it's so weird how prevalent it is, and nobody knows about it. It's so weird. Like I've met 3 doctors. Like the doctor that told me like that I had it, and I was like, oh shit, you just changed my life. And then I had a couple doctors just kind of know what it was, and then the fourth one would be the one that's like my doctor that is like one of like the leading experts on it. Like I seeked her out myself. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. I'm not being a dick. I'm literally just trying to live my life in a more comfortable manner. Um, but I do feel still like if someone asked me, like if they called me and said like, "Hey, someone in a wheelchair needs your room," I'd be like, "Well, take it." Like I can just go to a different hotel. It's not like a big deal because my job pays for my hotel. Yeah, it's super common in women. It's like ridiculously common in women, especially women of color. And it's really sad how like because having boils is associated with like being dirty and not taking care of yourself, and so there's a lot of shame and people don't want to bring it up to their doctor because they think that their doctor might be like, oh well, that's gross and you're gross, you probably should bathe more. And that's definitely not the case, but I have run into a doctor that was like, yeah, no, you probably should bathe more. That's or you probably should lose weight. But those are the two things. Like you're gross and you're fat. Those are that's what they say to you. And a lot of my friends that also have HS are overweight. And throughout my experience with HS, it doesn't matter how much I weighed. I always had it. And it was actually the worst. Like it started up when I was like in high school. It was its worst when I was in high school. Like I would get like boils that were like, holy shit. And it might just be the hormones, but I was under 100 pounds. There was a time in high school that I was like 95. So it really does not fucking matter what size your body is. If you're, I mean, I guess like it depends on how you take care of your body. And if you have extra folds for boils to form and you have places where sweat can get trapped and hair can agitate things, yeah, it does make a difference physically, but if you are a person that takes care of themselves, there's no difference. It really isn't. Yeah. Yeah, people with HS are clean as fuck. Like I am a mer person. I am like always in the water. And people think that I'm just like super hygienic and like I'm OCD about being clean. And for the most part, I'm not. I'm pretty chill. I'm okay with like being gross and dirty, but I can't be. I can't afford to be because I might get a flare up of HS. And once I get the flare up, I mean, it's just a bad time. It's a bad time. And I haven't had like a real bad one in a while. Well, that's a lie. I had a pretty bad one like maybe 2 months ago, but it wasn't so bad that I felt like I needed to go to the doctor and get a steroid shot. Yeah. Yeah. The people with HS are clean as fuck. Super duper clean. Like some of them are like obsessively clean, almost like too clean, where like you're getting rid of like some of the natural oils that you need to keep in your hair and stuff like that. Yeah, the sores. Oh my Jesus. Yeah. And I remember talking to my aunt. My aunt also has HS, and I remember showing her one of my, like my armpit, my bad armpit, and she's like, "Oh, it's not that bad." And I was like, "Bitch, you don't even know how HS works. You don't even know how it works because like she's in um stage 1, and so she's assuming that like if I don't have boils that are like huge, because like that's what stage 1 is. Like the boils will get real big and they'll look really like real bad. They'll look bad. I won't say that they don't look bad, but after stage 2, you have so much collagen, you have so much scar tissue, and wherever area it is, it actually doesn't expand outward. It expands inward, and it hurts a whole fucking lot because where is all the stuff supposed to go? It just crowds inside your body and poisons you from the inside out. It's pretty bad. Yeah, that tunneling is no motherfucking joke. And it's kind of disturbing to me. Yeah, it just goes into the muscle. Holy shit. It's it kind of like triggers tryptophobia for me, the tunneling. Like the thought of it and then also just seeing it. Because I've had like plugs and that shit just looks gross. It freaks me the fuck out. Oh no. Oh god. Yeah, the getting the tunneling in your thighs, like just your bikini area, just like below the belt. I don't have it that bad down there. Well, I do have like some Bartholin cysts that got real bad and like made capsules, and those are pretty bad. Like where like sometimes if I sit and like it's just permanent like scar tissue down there. Um, but it's different from having active flare up sites like how I've seen it. Bitch, it's horrible, horrible. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. Yeah, your ex is a strong motherfucker. They're a strong individual because holy shit, I couldn't even imagine. Like I had a one that's like recurring on my coccyx, and that one was pretty bad, but it didn't cause any tunneling. It didn't cause any scar tissue. Um, but the weird Bartholin things I got, I don't know, I don't know exactly what it is, but the gynecologist that I went to, she was kind of worried about it, where she's like, it seems like endometriosis, but scar tissue instead of endometrium. She was kind of freaked out by it a little bit, I think. I actually have black seed oil, and I've been taking it. Because I kind of like the taste of it. It tastes like weirdly like thyme a little bit, and it's like just a little bit bitter. I really like black seed oil. Can you cook with it? Does it lose its like potency if you like heat it up too much? Because I think it would actually be good on like rice with like lemon and thyme. I think that would be really motherfucking good. I do have flaxseed oil. I actually don't like super use it. I should. I should probably get my omegas back up. There's so many things like as far as like just general health things that like this thing is good to take. This thing is good to take. Also this. I mean, you're gonna need that in the future. Like, and it gets kind of, I don't know, like not tedious, but you can get like kind of bogged down in like all the supplements. But if you make it a part of your life rather than, I don't know, like how diets work, where people are like, I'm on this diet, and like you go back to your bullshit, like, you know, in a few months, like you can't approach it that way. Oh shit. Oh wow. So they finished furniture with flaxseed oil. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I definitely once I get a flare up that's like pretty bad. Like my last one where I was like squeezing out the pus, that was oh so fucking gross. Um and I've never done one of those videos, but I figured like cuz I use do I have them here? You know those pimple patches? I have pimple patches that I use on my face and I use it on my HS when I have a boil that's like trying to come to a head. I'll put it on there because what it does is kind of just like eats through the skin a little bit. Like it eats through all the shit and then like you peel it off and then all the grossness will come out. It works the same way with a boil. And so that's a way that you can, I don't know, kind of get a boil to come to a head without it like without using like boilies because boilies can sometimes hurt a lot. It's like a lot less intense of a pain that's associated with it, but also like some of the stuff in there can be an irritant and cause HS to be worse. So it just kind of depends on you. And yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy being cheesy. Oh, linseed oil. Oh, okay, okay. God, y'all know a lot of stuff. That's invaluable. I love like having a person where like this is their thing. I like picking their brain over shit like that. I love that shit. Um like the homestead homie is really into mycology and I love mushrooms. Love mushrooms so much. I wonder if there's black seed oil recipes. Because literally I'm about to use this black seed oil on some food because I really like the way it tastes. Oh, vinaigrettes. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I also have, is it MCT oil? I had gotten that like a while back because like there was the obsession with like shorter chain um oils. Yep. Ain't easy being cheesy. And I love cheese. That's like my toxic trait. I will eat cheese and only cheese. That's like the one thing I can't give up. And I'm glad that it's not like a trigger for HS. Because I gave up potatoes, I gave up tomatoes, I gave up peppers. Um, for a second, I gave up celery, but I think celery I can do okay without it causing a flare up. I can do tomatoes like raw tomatoes, kind of. But processed tomatoes, like tomato sauces, nah. Um Sweet potatoes are fine. Those aren't nightshades. Eggplant, I was never gonna eat eggplant to begin with. Not a fan of eggplant. I'll eat an eggplant parmesan, but they need to the eggplant needs to be cut like real thin. Yeah, the nightshade family, they're problematic as fuck. Just a family of irritants. Man, I love water. I love water so much. Mm-mm-mm. What the hell? This is sea moss, black seed oil, ashwagandha, burdock root. Is that a pill? That's insane. 8,000 milligrams. How many pills are in here? 60? Holy shit. That's insane. Are they huge? Yeah, they're not showing a picture of these pills. I feel like these pills are gonna be enormous. Oh, they're not that big. They're not that bad. Soursop bitters? I love bitters. Are you saying bitters like the liquid? Yes, you are. Okay, I'm seeing it. I've seen soursop stuff at the at H Mart. They have them at Walmart? What? Damn, you were quick on this fucking math. Wow. Yeah, no, I understood what you meant when you said micrograms. I because micrograms are tiny. Um, yeah, I just saw 8,000 was like, what? But like 8,000 actually isn't that much. Yeah, I need to get back like chemistry minded because like back when I was doing just like commonly, doing conversions, it's a lot easier to in your mind like see milliliters and see milligrams because like I don't in the United States we don't use metrics so much, and so when you think of well, especially because I remember I remember talking to somebody, they were like, they have like some crazy amount in milligrams of caffeine, well, like in the thousands, and they're like, I feel like I'd probably be dead, and I was like, well, a gram like is 1,000 milligrams, so it's not 100, so it's you're good, you're not overdosing on caffeine. Yeah, yeah, no, Canada has it right because I don't know, being able to do easy math, I don't understand why we wouldn't use tens. Why not use tens? When you if you could, and it's not like it's a huge difference. Um, like maybe the difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit, like maybe we could just continue using Fahrenheit because just more convenient. Um, but I think across the board we should just use easier ways to measure, right? Like it's just an easier unit of measure. Because we already hate math here. So why not? Yeah, that's a good idea. To use whatever is more convenient. Because like feet is pretty convenient compared to meters, but yards are kind of dumb. But they're real convenient like for long, like short long stints. Like anything shorter than a mile, but longer than like 20 feet. That's it's kind of useful. Wow. Yeah, whatever is convenient. I would say that's a good idea. And it's really convenient to just be able to be like, well, 1,000 of this is 10 of this, rather than like, I don't know, one of this is 2.54 of this. Like that's it feels dumb. I feel dumb doing that. Wow. Here with the math. It's not really math, it's just knowing the different like changes between different units of measure. Like just knowing conversion. Oh my god. I love water. Ooh. Yeah, no, it's fucking huge. It's 60 ounces. Enormous. And this is what I take to bed. And I'll pee a waterfall when I wake up in the morning. Because my room is like really, really dry. It's literally just water, Michael. It's water. See how long it's been. It's been an hour. What time is it? What time is it? Because I'm gonna go see Deadpool tomorrow. I'm not a big movie goer, but like it's kind of like a family thing. Everyone's gonna go. My father-in-law, my brother-in-law, his wife, and Dig and I were going to go see it. Um, but I'm not big into movies because I have issues with my mind kind of latching onto movies and staying inside the theater after I've left, if that makes sense. Because movies are so bright and like kind of a sensory overload for me that my mind is like, well, that must be reality because that's a lot more vivid than what we've been experiencing. And I just dissociate. It causes me to dissociate. But it's not always the case. And I don't know what exactly. Damn. Damn, you already know. Yeah, I don't know what exactly it is that causes it to happen and then in other cases not to happen. Maybe it's just my engagement with the movie. Um or like the subject matter because like I went to see Planet of the Apes with my mom and like I was fine. Um Horror movies don't tend to do it to me. Um so yeah, I'm not sure what exactly it is or maybe it's just where I am like mentally at the time when I go to the movie. But like I could be fine and then go to the movie and like not be fine after that. So I have no idea what exactly it is. But I heard the movie's really good. So that'll at least be fun. Oh, horror movies mess with you? Yeah, I've always loved horror since like I was a little kid. And probably some of the movies that I was exposed to um were not appropriate, like age appropriate. Like my mom was very much um like anti anything that's not like black. She was very much like if you're like me being into to metal, she was very much against that. Um Me being like kind of alt and like goth, she was very much into not into that. And like I remember one time she came into my room and was like, "What's wrong with you?" Like just sincerely asked me what's wrong with me, and I was like maybe 13. I was like, "Bitch, you tell me. You're the one that fucking raised me. I don't know." Um, but she was totally fine with me watching pretty horrific things at a rather young age. Like the movie Seven, I saw that shit maybe a couple years after it came out. Um, was that around 2000, 2007? No, it wasn't 2007. 2000, 2001. I'm thinking like of how old I was at the time. Um, or 1997. That's what, yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking. I think it was 1997. And it was like a few years after that that I saw it. Anyway, I've seen a lot of movies I shouldn't have seen. And I've been exposed to a lot of shit I probably shouldn't have been exposed to at the ages that I was. I was like obsessed with Saw when it came out. I loved Saw. Um, yeah, it's a little, I don't know, because like your mind latches on to things as a kid, and like those become like the things that like are like not the pillars of your personality, but they kind of are things that you draw upon, that kind of exist like in the dark corners, and sometimes things will like, I don't know, my psyche is a little bit like a like a ball, but the things that I'm exposed to that kind of fuck me up, they make the ball a little bit more jagged at points. And so those things are kind of like the things that I'm exposed to later are like cotton balls, and they get stuck up on those jagged parts, and they'll like, I don't know, I get a little bit fucked up. I'll have things where like, oh, that itched a scratch I didn't know I had, or scratched an itch, or like it initiated an itch, and now I need to scratch it. I'm not entirely certain what it is, but like it makes me feel wispy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, though there's like my mom, she didn't know. She loves Queen. She didn't know, like she considered Queen white people music because it's like Queen. And I guess, I don't know. She didn't know that Queen did, um I guess like she's thinking like Bohemian Rhapsody and stuff like that. It's like a little bit avant-garde and too weird for me, but she loves Another One Bites the Dust. And I'm like, bitch, that's Queen. You're sounding a little ignorant. Yeah, I'm glad what I was trying to say makes a little bit of sense at least. Yeah, I try not to indulge um the more jagged parts of me too much, because I don't think, I think while it can be helpful to understand yourself, um there are things you could do to better know yourself that isn't feeding into a, like a weird fetish or like a weird obsession, because I do have like a lot of obsessive thoughts, and I feel like if I indulge them, that they will overtake me, and I do not like that shit. I like to be in control. Thank you, Haroon. I try to be versatile enough to like just be around anybody and be entertaining, or like, because like I feel like everyone has something interesting to say. You can always afford to learn something from someone, even if at face value they don't seem like they have a whole lot going on. um there's always something to learn from others. I'm just not reading the whole thing that you said, Samuel. The more you feel, the harder it is to get rid of. That's exactly fucking, that's what I'm trying to say when I'm like talking about not trying to feed into obsessions. That's exactly what I'm trying to fucking say. And like the more it becomes an entity upon itself, the more you have to take responsibility for it. And I don't know if I want, I don't know if I have the capacity to do that. I actually would definitely want to, because I wouldn't want to allow it to overtake me, but I don't know if I could if it came to that, to be honest. How long is this movie? Let's check that. Deadpool. Do they have a ending credits thing? They probably do. I like to look that up before I go to the movie, so then I don't have to look it up on my phone like while I'm there. Almost 2 hours. Oh, Deadpool Wolverine. It's 2 hours and 7 minutes. Okay. Ending credits. Yeah, so it definitely does. And some of the movies had like two ending credit things. But it seems like this one just has one. Exactly. And my dad is that kind of person where like I remember looking through one of his playlists and one of the songs on there was an Evanescence song and I was like, "Bitch, what do you know about Evanescence?" I was very surprised by that. But I shouldn't be because that's who I get a lot of my musical taste from. My dad's very versatile when it comes to music. He has an eclectic taste in music and he is a lot less um, bogged down in like what music you're supposed to listen to. If he enjoys it, he's gonna fucking enjoy it. Um, though my mom does like, not necessarily. I don't think she likes the music, but she likes the message of System of a Down. Because a lot of the like she'll because I would just blast my music for hours at a time. She liked the "Why Do They Always Send the Poor" song. That's what she called it. She really loved that song. She loves BYOB. Exactly. Heavy metal came from blues. And I don't know, people be forgetting that. I mean, my mom definitely, I don't think she entirely grasps that. Um, you could tell her all day, but yeah, she's not in the place to really feel that and like understand it, to get that information and then like process it and then just understand. Like I could show her a whole fucking documentary about it. And I remember watching one. It was really good. I don't remember what channel it was on because it was back when I like watched TV. Does she listen to blues? No, she listens to like all the music she liked as a kid. She's kind of like that's kind of what I do. I actually haven't like delved into newer music, and I'm certain there's like it just felt like metal fell off into like the after the early 2000s, but there's definitely a scene still. It's just you have to find it. You have to find your niche. Yeah, my mom listens to a lot of just older music. And she loves Sunshine Anderson. Heard it all before. That's like one of her favorite songs ever. She fucking loves that song. What is it called? Heard it all before. Sunshine Anderson. That was like her most famous song. Oh, it's literally called Heard It All Before. 2001. What a time to be alive. I was 11. Wowzers. Yeah, no, like I feel like music is definitely extremely cyclical. And so we always end up coming back to like the most influential shit. We always come back to it because I mean it was influential to begin with for a reason. Um and black artists are just I don't know, they be making the blueprints, setting the standard. Yeah, wow. I should listen to more music. I listen to a lot of like generally like Asian pop. Like of course I do K-pop, but I like Kazakhstani pop. Listen, 91, bitch. They're so like because Kazakhstan's like it feels raw. It's definitely like a more raw experience. Because like 91 is literally the year that Kazakhstan was liberated from the USSR. So it's like it's different from K-pop. It's a lot more like visceral. James Brown, I got the Apollo. Haven't listened to that. Yeah, yeah. And then Led Zeppelin. Yeah, listen. Exactly. Exactly. Fucking exactly. Yeah, I need to give her a lesson. Because like the last time I tried to explain to her like the beginnings of metal and rock and like how it is very much um entrenched, like it comes from blues. Um she just wasn't, I don't think she was ready to hear it. But like that was years ago. So to the people that matter to you, they're worth reminding, because sometimes, you know, it wasn't the right time to hear it. You weren't ready to hear it. And circumstances change from second to second. And so she might be in a different place now. I mean, it would have been nice if she was there when I was a kid, but you know, it's never too late to change. Mm-mm-mm. Wow, I remember the CD cover. But your lies ain't working now. Look who's hurting now. She loved that song. She would play it on repeat. That's probably who I got it from, playing songs on repeat. I have like a thing for like when I have a song that I really, really like. And I had a K-pop friend that came down here and we were hanging out and she wanted to listen to a Just B song. It's TikTok. And I was like, oh man, this is one of those songs that I play to repeat for like 72 hours. And I feel like that's an autistic thing to like have a song that's like, well, this is going to be the soundtrack of my entire fucking life for the next 48 hours. This is going to be the only song I listen to on repeat in nauseam. Um, but I don't know, it gives me like the good feels to have like when I have a song that I just need to fucking listen to it over and over and over again. Yeah, yeah. Pasty face boys in Britain. But yeah, no, heavy metal is definitely not rock and roll. Wow. You turn it up loud enough, it makes some interesting sounds. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, no, that's that's really cool. I feel like there's a fucking documentary. I need to like the to find like the right one. And it's crazy to like look at the parallels between blues and metal. Like you can see it. Like it's not, it's like very much like it's not hidden. It's not like it's very on the nose as far as like these are one is was derived from the other. To Cleveland and go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, I've never been. Have I ever been to Ohio? No. Yeah, no. And like my mom, she would go to music festivals in Ohio. There was like one because she lived in Buffalo and like it's like right there. Um, she would talk about that a lot. She really loved that. I don't remember what it's called. But they had one this year and they just like my family up in Buffalo had just gone to it. But I don't know what it's called. I need to travel more because I want to go to because like for my job I travel a lot. And so I've been to Michigan, I've been to North and South Carolina, of course. New York. I mean, I'm from New York. Um, Louisiana. I haven't been to Texas yet. I was going to get sent to Texas, but then they changed their mind. I really wanted to go to Hawaii, and maybe if I pester my supervisor enough, he'll send me. Because I would bet my left titty they still have issues. Like they still need people to assess damages there. And to use the assessor site in Hawaii, it's wild because like they'll have street names. Holy shit! Let me when I do my inspections, y'all. When I do my inspections, I have to confirm the address. And in Hawaii, because it's there's natives that have set up the whole infrastructure, and then a whole bunch of fucking white people came and changed shit up. And so there's places that will have two entirely different addresses and they'll be so different that like if you look it up it'll be like an address like in another city and you're like what do you mean, what do you mean? Disaster assessment in Florida, yeah, no, it kind of is a constant. Anybody that like especially like Florida and California, those are the two where like if they have people that live there they're constantly working. um with the fires in California, that they have their own team over there. They don't even send like people on the East Coast. They don't send people out there because they have a team. Um, but Florida definitely, just the Gulf Coast in general, just needs like a dedicated team because they are hit hard, and it's really crazy to see the difference between like each place because like Florida people they're pretty devastated anytime a hurricane or a storm comes through, but they're kind of used to it, but not as much as people in Louisiana. They almost don't give a fuck. Like compared to everybody else, people in Louisiana, they're like, it is what it is. Let's keep it moving. Um Wait, Varun, what are you talking about? A familiar pattern of behavior with white people? Wait, what are we talking about? The highest point on land. Yeah, yeah, 330 feet above sea level. Yeah, that's I remember seeing it like fucking oh my god, Maine? It's okay, okay, let me backpedal. It's just kind of crazy having a job that is literally like I benefit from people people's lives being ruined. And it's weird to think about it that way. I try not to think about it that way because like that's not what I'm doing, and I'm never happy when a hurricane happens. Um, but that is kind of my job, and with climate change, it's only gotten worse. It's gotten so much worse. Holy shit, it's kind of unbelievable. And that me thinking about Maine, I saw a house that was like on the coast, and it literally just fell into the water one day, and like you see that in Florida, but like wow, it's just really it's we're gonna see a lot more of that, is all I'm saying. We're gonna see a lot more of just horrible things happening that are entirely out of our control and disease, vector-borne diseases, and like that's my bread and butter. That's like the shit I went to school for, is diseases that are caused by not like fomites, but like mosquitoes. You're gonna see a lot more malaria, a lot more. I fucking heard that dengue fever has cropped up here. Are you fucking kidding me? Dengue fever? Bitch. Holy shit, that's fucking wild. That's like a disease that you get in like the Philippines or like Thailand. Like it's like super tropical. Yeah, exactly. West Nile. Yeah, exactly. Oh, referring to my comments about Hawaii. Yeah. Yeah, that it's a colonization is a thing. It's a thing. And it's wild to see how much the houses cost in Hawaii. Cause like, let me think. Like a house that's like just an average residential, not multifamily house, just a single family house, it'll cost like 1.3 million and have like 3, 4 families living in it. And I just find that really fucked up because it's always brown people that I'm talking about, that lost their whole fucking house and all the things that they own. And it sucks for me in my job because when they tell me they lived in 2 rooms, but that was their whole house, I have a hard time justifying, a whole house worth of stuff being destroyed when they were only in 2 rooms. And I'll make that known, like in my notes, that they require like, almost $100,000 worth of damage. Like they need $100,000 to replace their things, especially because like Hawaii is just really expensive. But I will like I fudge the shit sometimes. I'll just say like they had more than they actually had because I want to make sure these people get the money that they need to build their lives back up. And I just don't think it's fair. Oh God, what's up with Vancouver? I've never been. I've been to Canada like to see Niagara Falls like once, and I really wanted to go when I was in Buffalo earlier this year. But I didn't look it up before I left. Like when I got to Buffalo, I looked it up, and I just didn't have the time, which is disappointing. But if I had had a car, my bitch ass would have gone to the waterfall because I love waterfalls. That's my fucking thing. Yeah, I definitely do enjoy my job, but that's a part of my job that is very frustrating. Um, when I have, it depends on my supervisor. Um, some supervisors are really, really nice and they'll be like, okay, I see what you're saying. This is their whole home was in 2 rooms and you want to make sure that they get the money that they need to, get their stuff back. But there's a lot of people that are like, they were in 2 rooms. That's like what, $25,000 worth of stuff. Like, go ahead and put in 25,000 and keep it moving. And I just don't think it's fair to do that to people, just because like there's rules in place. Um, I I've run into people also in Tennessee because Tennessee has they're doing a lot of um, building, like too much building without really looking into how the water table is working and like how in one area if you build something and you take away like the buffer for another area, they're going to get flooded even though they're not in a floodplain. That shit drives me up the wall, and Tennessee's really bad about it. 1,000 foot apartment is almost a million. Whoo! Apartment? Holy shit. I have not traveled outside the United States, Michael. I have not. I should. I would like to. I mean, I went to Jamaica when I was like 9, but that's almost just like also the United States a little bit. I mean, it's not, but it doesn't feel as like globetrottery um as going to like Europe or I don't know, the Middle East or Africa. Or I really would like to go to Africa one day. That would be really cool. I would like to go to Australia. I would like to go to Tibet specifically. I don't from when I was a little kid, I was kind of had this like not obsession with Tibet. I just think Tibet is really fucking cool. Oh shit, yeah, yeah. I'll let you know if I get to Washington. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of disasters that happen out there, and they usually send the California people up there when there's issues. But I would like to visit Washington just so I can say like I've been to both corners. And then my friend, like my best friend from when I was a little kid, he loves Maine, and I feel like he lives in New York right now. That's who I went to visit in Brooklyn. I feel like he's going to move to Maine eventually. Like not to retire. I think sooner than later, he's going to be in Maine. And so I kind of want to visit Maine because it seems like it's pretty chill because he's really chill and he loves it. So I want to see like why do you love it? Yeah, not yet. Haven't had any disasters yet. Yeah, fingers crossed. Like y'all stay safe up there. But at the rate things are changing, I I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, earthquakes. We had an earthquake here like a while ago, and it was so weird. I've never been in an earthquake, and so I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I thought I was hallucinating. And then I looked at Twitter, and people were freaking out about this earthquake. Fracking. Y'all have fracking up there? Ooh, ooh. Like me and Dick were talking about fracking literally earlier today. Ooh, yeah. I get wanting to find alternatives for fuel, but that's not the way. That's not the way. Oh my God. Just the waste alone, like not even looking into like how devastating it is to the environment, and how devastating it is just to people. I think the waste alone is just crazy. And then you look earthquakes, and then you have like the poisoned water. Like it's just I don't think it's worth it. I mean, that's like it's not a viable option. Um, as far as like because I mean we do have like fossil fuels that we're using. Um, that's not the way to go. I don't think. Wow, you had an earthquake in Cleveland. Have I been to a gun range? No, I have not. I've never, I've never even held a gun. I think I'd be interested in learning because I just like the novelty of a new experience. But I also think it's a good idea to know, like just generally, like any new information. I feel like it's just always good. Like it's always good to learn. To me, at least, even when it's things that like are really depressing, I feel like I'm better off knowing than not. I can't think of a single thing that like I wouldn't want to be more versed at. I guess like maybe hurting people, but even that, knowing I wouldn't like want to hurt people, but like to know that like this thing causes this issue. Like I think it's just always good to know. Oh, tornado. Oh, okay, not an earthquake. Yeah, the oil being denser than water, and like that makes me think of like methane bubbles in the ocean. That is such a fucking wild and terrifying concept to me that you could just be chugging along in your boat and then you get a bubble and your boat's just on the fucking bottom of the ocean. Like that it's like a sinkhole without being an actual sinkhole. That's fucking crazy to me. And I remember we went to a water reclamation plant and they were showing the aeration pools And the dude there, he was like, I mean, you can go ahead and jump in if you want, but you sink to the bottom, even though it looks like it's just full of water. It's more air in there than you actually know, and you would just die. Ooh, yeehaw for the earthquakes in Pennsylvania. Ye old Pennsylvania earthquakes. Yeah, there's a lot of people getting hit by shit that they did not expect would ever be an issue for them. Like especially like Sandy in New York, they were not fucking ready for that smoke. They were not ready. And I don't think even like if it happened again, they wouldn't be ready. Even knowing that it could, they wouldn't be ready. Or like the freeze in Texas. The freeze in Texas was really, 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 really bad. It was probably one of the worst disasters, emotionally speaking, that I have um, experienced vicariously through talking to people. Like you would think that Hawaii fires, those are really bad. Like they lost everything. And yeah, no, they're really bad. But like emotionally speaking, the people were mostly they had it together. People in Texas were not fucking ready. And that's the most I've talked to people on the phone and they just burst into tears. Definitely like that was like the worst. Yeah, it's fucking wild. But that's a part of the job that I really enjoy is to I always like whenever I have a conversation with someone, that I always have the moment where I made them laugh a little bit or we click and they're telling me their life story or I had a lady that was really embarrassed to tell me that she had a trunk of sex toys that she lost and I was like, "Listen, we're here to restore you back to where you were before the disaster. I don't give a fuck what you had. I want to get you back to where you were." And so sex toys are really expensive. We want to make sure that you are accommodated for those toys because that's a part of your mental well-being. Like your just general well-being as a human being is, sexual health. And so I get a real fucking kick out of kind of making people feel just really comfortable. I enjoy that shit. It's kind of intoxicating to have the moment where you're talking to someone and you can hear the relief in their voice. Oh god, that is the fucking spice. Hotter than hell in the summer and cold as death in the winter. Ooh wee. See there, I'm actually okay with hot as hell, but I can't do cold. I'm weak. Like it's the middle of the fucking summer and I still use my heated blanket. This here is a heated blanket and I still use it every night because my feet will freeze. Thank you, Arun. Yes, I try to be, that nigga. I just try to be a good person, and I found that it makes me feel good to be of be a source of peace to people, and I'm like in the perfect job for it. Would have never known because I did this job on a like super whim. My dad has been doing it since Katrina. Was that 2004? He's been doing it for a while. Um, but I did it because I couldn't find a job getting out of college, and well, fuck, I gotta make money, so let's go ahead and do this. And I wasn't super tied to it until like maybe the second time I was deployed. I was like, oh shit, no, I actually really love this job. I actually really love doing this, and it's really cool to like have that moment because a lot of people don't. I am very lucky. But yeah, let me go to motherfucking bed, y'all, because I have to be up not in the morning, but it takes me a really long time to get to sleep. And I took a sleeping pill and I'm starting to feel a little bit sleepy, maybe a little bit sleepy. And so I'm going to not fight it and just go to bed. But it was really nice talking to y'all. Yeah, thank you for coming through and keeping me company for a little bit. And I hope you guys have a fantastic night and weekend, and good night. Yes. Yeah, I love y'all. Stay cheesy.